If you didn't have to work anymore, how would you fill your time? Providing you could afford the things you want to do. Not just pay your base living expenses and do nothing. I hear so many people say, oh no, I would be bored, I could never. For me, I have it all mapped out. It would take a good 5 years. Mostly filled with world travel and just getting on top of things with absolution in my personal life. You know, things like repainting the house, watching that whole TV series, actually joining and committing to that sports class, reading all those books I want to read, fixing those things in the house car that ignored, storing my financial files properly. It would take about 2, but I am slow to act, so I'd say give myself 5 years before I'm even close to running out of things to do. Then I think I would either volunteer with a cat charity or plant a massive jungle garden or something. My only fear would be isolation, as I can appreciate the social component of my job with other staff and clients, and I would have no reason to really interact with anyone on more than a superficial pleasantries level ever again. Anyone who says they would be bored needs a hobby. Just doing art and enjoying community FRFR. Taking any class one find interesting. With or WOA degree as a goal. Maybe I'd actually progress in a language if I had the fear of disappointing an authority figure. Maybe I'd learn better coping mechanisms. 2. Make our property as sustainable as possible. Garden. Raise animals. Put in solar, wind, etc. Finally finish renovating our house. Play with my kids for long stretches of time. Hike. Fish. Nap in my hammock. Home brew. Compost. Read the giant pile of books I've been accumulating. I honestly can't understand people that get bored easily. There's so much to do. Actually enjoy my life. That's what I'd do. Since it's not possible to enjoy life while being enslaved by the billionaire class. Play my guitars and restore an old car. 1971 Barracuda. 1977 Bandit Trans Am or early 60s VW Carmen Ghia. My art, spending time with family, and volunteering for causes that actually make me feel fulfilled. What wouldn't I do? There are so many things I've put off because there is just not enough time on the weekends. And only getting a maximum of 4 weeks vacay, I just never have time to get things done. I'd start by finishing the 1,000-piece puzzle that's been under my bed, a 1/4 finished for a year, and the 4 crochet WIPs I just don't have the brain capacity to complete. From there, anything I want. Extra time at the gym. Eating out at restaurants. Bike riding. Hiking. Model airplanes RC and free flight. Cooking good food. Taking my golden retrievers out for walks. Would love to have dogs someday. I guess that's a good start. Tons of travel. Tons of gaming. Tons of giving back to my parents for everything they've done for me. Volunteer at animal shelters most of the time, I think. Focus on my writing. And maybe finally publish some of the novels I've been working on for the past 12 years. Anything is better than being forced to work. Like many say, hobbies. Friends and family. Visit friends and family. I would just drive by. You at home. Is it convenient? Yeah? Okay, coffee. I would go diving more. Got my 2, but last year only dove once. Build all of my Legos and make the biggest Christmas village ever. Go to museums, cinema, etc. with my girl. Other things with my GF. Cook more difficult dishes with more preparation, etc. I'd finish up all of my home improvement projects that are in various stages of completion. Then I'd do a ton of traveling. Maybe foster some orphaned kittens. Find a cheap old car to restore and drive. Lots of things I could do if I had more time and didn't have to worry about working for the funds to do everything. 1 art, 2 writing, 3 volunteer at nature parks, 4 finally play video games I've always wanted to play but never did, 5 read books I never have the mental energy to read. If I could pause it for even a year, I'd take a bunch of skills classes. Blacksmithing, plumbing, carpentry, survival, cooking, etc. I've spent quite a bit of time taking pretty big breaks from work. Was never bored. I will say it does help to have friends in the same boat. I would camp quite a bit as I explored the country and our national parks. I'd probably do that a month or so at a time. In between, head home and ride motorcycles, do some shooting, or just chill at the beach. This is fun to read. I'm going to have to work into my early 70s to afford to really live another 10 years or so. Hope I make it. I've started a list of things to do when I'm finally free. I would work out more, travel, and engage in the hobbies I don't have time for now. Traveling the world is definitely first on my list. Work. Not a whole lot, but work to get out of the house or get involved with rabbit stuff because I love rabbits and would like to be a rabbit educator. Board rabbits, etc. I am really passionate about teaching bunny owners how to take care of their furry friends, as rabbit care is a skill set. I have owned them for 15 years. Do what I always do. Build cool shit. I would build hydroponic aquaponic systems out of 3D printed materials to feed people. Assemble computer networked systems for continued mass communication. And maybe work on my writing. I don't know what I wouldn't do. Enjoy multiple cups of coffee outside. Cook a leisurely breakfast, eat every lunch with my sew. Spend more time quilting. Doing ceramics. Camping. Learn to bake. Learn to do stained glass. Learn how to garden. Learn how to do simple woodworking. I mean, honestly, sky's the limit. I would spend time creating things. My lottery dream is to have a studio with equipment for woodworking, jewelry making, 3D printing, and laser etching cutting. I'd read more, too. Nothing fancy like world travel. Nothing impressive like writing a novel. I would read, bake, paint, go hiking. I would explore the country to visit small towns all over the place and visit historic sites. I would spend time with family members. I would go to museums all around the country. I would make a vegetable garden and learn to can my own vegetables to preserve them. Volunteer time at an animal shelter so I can pet puppies and kittens. Travel the world. Live in new places for extended periods to really experience where I am and take in all I can. There's so much I want to see out there that I'll never be able to because I wasn't born into the right family. IDK what people mean when they say they would be bored without a job. I've been living that dream for 18 months now, and I still haven't managed to catch up on all my hobbies or even travel. And I haven't even started adding in new ones. There is so much to do. Skis, bikes, wife, travel. She'll be stoked she is still on the list. I'd invest in a coffee shop. My dream is to be a cantankerous old man that sits in a coffee shop and rolls cutlery up in the little serviettes, while making uncomfortable small talk with customers. Live the life of a recluse scientist conducting experiments and build doomsday machines. I'd volunteer. Already do it with my current free time. Buy a boat, bob around the ocean seeing where I end up and lots of swimming. I would still get up and go to work every day, but the jobs would be straightforward. I would absolutely want to run a food truck. You can pretty much do it anytime you want, whenever you want. Tacos mostly because tacos make everyone happy. And ingredient list isn't too crazy. A couple different state licenses, north in summer, south in winter. A close second will be the paint guy at Home Depot.